Video talking about finding voiceovers and kind of talking about a recent experience that I had. Might be different than other training videos that I've done. So I had a client that I wanted to create a voiceover for, and I had suggested doing a New Zealand voiceover because had some success with past New Zealand. Or I had enjoyed working with someone beforehand, and for their specific project, they're initially targeting India, then they're going international, and New Zealand's kind of a very, I don't know. To me, it just kind of fit because it didn't seem to be one country focused or another. It seemed kind of to be more of a general international feel to it. I know usually if you went like with a British accent, that could seem more European. If you went with Australian, that would seem only South Pacific to me. And if you did an Indian accent, then that would also seem like it's just in the Indian area. So American seems also a little bit too pompous in their case. So anyway, I suggest that the client liked that idea, and so in the project, I had come in and I had actually found a previous voiceover, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just save this here. So I made a note, put it in here. When it came time to order it, I came here and look, I'm on vacation. I won't be here until March 15th. Well, the client actually wants the project done by the 15th. So that was the first challenge. So I started looking for another voiceover. I typed in New Zealand female accent or New Zealand female voiceover, and I got a bunch of options that came through. So here's again some ways of going about and doing this. Obviously, you want to listen to these and see what you think. But the one that kind of stood out to me was this girl right here. I thought, wow, that's great, very clear, very easy to understand, and seemed professional enough. So I come in here and I look 4 business days delivery. Well, that kind of stinks. They need it right away. Well, but sometimes you have to go to the next screen to see that they have a 24-hour option. So there are 2 scripts here, and they equal 660 something words, and so I put 700 words in here and I hit continue. Well, look what happens very first. It goes from 4 days to 5 days delivery. And even though you look at this and say, well, $90 is not too bad. Let's see if they've got an extra fast delivery. Well, extra fast 4 days. Look at that, $400. So that would take this to almost $500 for this project. Now, with voiceover, that's a lot. I mean, that's a big chunk for a delivery to be like that. And it's still going to be 4 business days instead of I need this right now. So that was a challenge. And let me just show you a couple others as well so you can kind of see these. Here's another lady right here starting at $25. Let's see if she's the one I was thinking of. 2-day delivery time, not too bad. I hit 700. I hit continue. And she doesn't even have a 24-hour option. It's not even there. So that's not going to work here either, because I guess 2 days might work and it's $120. That's not too bad. But I think with hers, I was concerned about the quality of it. So I think this is another lady here that I liked, and I thought she seemed pretty good. 2-day delivery is not too bad. Put in 700 words here. It does jump a little bit to 145, but not too bad. Extra fast 7-day delivery. 2-day delivery. That's interesting. I thought this was, oh yeah, see, 8-day delivery. See how I went from 2 days to 8 days when I put 700 in there? And then only to get it extra fast would take it to 7 business days. So this creates some problems. And here's what I recommend you do. I eventually found this lady right here, and I thought, wow, she's great. And I also like, because she actually had a younger voice, and the audience is parents with kids that are going to go through the program. So I kind of felt like she was a good mix between the two. She could speak to adults, but also speak to children. And I liked her, and she was a level 1 seller. She's newer, so I like going with people that are kind of starting to get some traction. She's got enough 5-star reviews. I thought this would be good to do. So what you do in this case, and I actually did it with her and this lady, and then also this lady. You click on their name. You come to see what they've got here. Oh, I think actually you can do it here. Oh, back. Sorry, either spot was fine. There's a button back there, but you hit get quote. So here's what I'd recommend, because this actually makes it a little bit easier when it comes to a voiceover. Often we're doing voiceovers for more than just 50, 75, 100 words. So here you put in here and you say, I'm looking for this, put a little bit of the details. You attach the scripts for them to look at. You don't really need to put this criteria in here, but you say, hey, I want this in 24 hours or in 3 days. If timing's an issue, you can do that, or you can just say, if timing's not an issue, you can say other. Then you can say, here's my budget for this service. Now here's a couple things of what it does. One, you're speaking directly to them, you're getting a quote, and you're also getting a time frame that you like. Some of these guys will put like a 7-day timeline, even though they'll probably get it done in 3 days. So you can come in here and say, I want it 3 days. Here's my budget. You can look at what, let's say they're pricing it at $150. You can come here and say, hey, will you do this for $125 for this time frame? And hit submit request. And there's a little bit of a negotiation there, but here's the other thing that completely gets superseded. At least for her, it was. And I think the other two said this as well. Most of them have a little checkbox here for commercial use or for an upgraded audio option and all those things. But those all get superseded. So they're not going to bug you to get the commercial license, which I really like because I always feel guilty not buying that and feel like I have to buy it. But buying that also like doubles the price. So there's some challenges that are there. So look right here. Here's Weatherford. She came back, and so here you can see in the messages, this is the budget. I put $300 because I was looking at hers and it was like $400, I think. And I said, hey, 24-hour turnaround. Oh, she was one that's going to be 7 days turnaround. I said, can you do it for 24? She says, I can do that, but just checking you know that I have a New Zealand accent. Yeah, I know that. And I actually got a response from someone else. But do you see how willing she was? Yeah, I can do that. I mean, I'm bringing her business and saying, hey, I'm going to give you a good chunk of money. Can you do this? Can you just make sure you hit my time frame? And no thought of, yeah, but you need to upgrade and get my commercial license. You need to do this, you need to do that. None of that. I think they like working with people like us because we bring in good projects. So she came back, and in fact, this one, which would have been my first choices, and I asked if she could do a 24-hour turnaround, and I said, you've got a $400 charge there. Can you still do it? Can you do it for $300 is what I said. And she said, yeah, I'm able to do it within the next few days, probably tomorrow. Is your budget $300? So I could have had a further conversation with her and gotten really a good voiceover there. But in the end, I was happy because I got Abby to do it. And she was like, sure. And so she sent back an offer. All I had to do was accept it and put in a couple more pieces of information, and it was off to be done. So anyway, that's what I wanted to walk you through is that first off, you may have occasions where the person you want to have a voiceover is out of town. And so how do you find another option? And then also using this process for negotiating and kind of getting what we need for that is right here. So doing the request to quote may be a really great option for you.